Yo, what's up? What's popping out there? What's going on out there, fam? It is the homie, Mainman Mademan in the building. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, man. Once again, it is an honor and a pleasure. I repeat, an honor and a pleasure to be on here with all of the boxing fam and the boxing fans. It's Thursday night, so you know what that means. It's our time now, man. Hope I ain't keep everybody waiting too long. You know what I'm saying? I see a few people chose to exit. I'm sure they be back, though, man. You know what I'm saying? Sorry about that. Y'all already know how we got to get everything cracking on this technical end, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's a headache. Sometimes it goes smooth, man. Real spill, man. But we going to get to these boxing topics. I want to first off give a hearty salute to everybody over in Mainman Mademan's boxing forum over on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? I want to give a hearty salute to all of y'all, all of the supporters, everybody that catches this live, and everybody that catches this on the playback. Also, don't forget that we got the We Talking Boxing playlist going down on the homepage. So for those who come to the channel just looking for the We Talking Boxing thing, yo, go to the playlist on the home page. Also, we're going to be doing the rewatch series. Be on the lookout this coming weekend for Andre Ward versus Sergey Kovalev 1. We're going to sit down. We're going to break that down. We're going to get to the bottom of it. You know what I'm saying? Did Andre Ward really lose or did he really win? Well, we going to get to the bottom of that. You know what I'm saying? Real spill. So be on the lookout for that as well, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be live streaming it up, man. I don't know about y'all, man, but the boy been putting in major work, wearing several different hats. We got a holiday weekend up on us this weekend, man. I'm chilling. You hear me? I'm chilling. You already know. I ain't doing much videos this weekend. I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. We may can do some live streams, but man, yo, the way I've been putting that work in, busting my ass, you know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm going to relax this weekend. I don't know about y'all, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, before we get into the boxing, let me just say, man, I don't know about y'all, man, but lately, man, I've been chilling myself, looking at a whole bunch of documentaries. I've been on documentary heaven, man. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I've been watching. I get these little moments when I get downtime or whatever. I like to learn. Since I'm getting a little older, what I like to do more than anything is learn. I don't know about y'all, the stuff I don't even know about, stuff around the house, stuff around the yard, you dig, how to do certain stuff on the car, you know what I mean? Just learning and traveling is what Mainman is about. Real spill, traveling and learning is exactly what Mainman is about. So lately, like I tell y'all, man, I've been hitting the documentaries real hard, man. And I ain't talking about the weird stuff. I ain't talking about aliens and you know, what happened to JFK and, you know, what happened to Jimmy Hoffa type thing. Nah, I'm not talking about those documentaries. I've been into, you know, I'm a music man. I love music. I want to give a big shout out to Snoop Dogg, man. Snoop Doggy Dogg. You already know. Big Snoop Dogg. For doing that track with Washington, D.C.'s own Rare Essence. All day. That thing cranked. For those who don't know, who just new to it, what Snoop is rocking with is what's called a go-go band. And not only is it a go-go band, I'm talking the go-go band, the baddest band in the land. And that is R.E. Slim. If I could tell y'all the memories that I got of Rare Essence, let me tell you when I tell you like this. There ain't no party like a Essence party. You ain't been to a party until you been to an Essence party. I'm talking the band that Snoop is rapping with. You ain't been to a party until you been to an Essence party. I partied all around the world. I've partied in Florida. I've partied in Texas. I've partied in Cali. I've partied in Vegas. I've partied in the UK. I've partied in Atlantic City. I've partied in Miami. Wherever you can think of. I've partied there. Atlanta, wherever. But guess what? There ain't no party like a Rare Essence party. My OGs when I was younger, and I'll be right in front of y'all in a minute. My OGs when I was younger, the way that I got my stripes, the way that I became a man, as a youngster, I was took to the Essence show. And it blew me away. It changed my life. That became the #1 band in this, bro. That was my favorite. That's my favorite go-go band. I was a Club U head. To those who know, you know. I was in Club U every week at the Essence show. I was hooked. I mean, chicks coming in that joint looking like stallions, homie. I mean, stallions. The baddest. I mean, from Virginia, Maryland, and D.C. piling into the go-go. Freaking. Chicks in that thing, man, partying. Ain't all that looking cute. Partying, champ. Man, y'all don't know about no Essence party. Essence been around for a very, very long time. For anyone who don't know, y'all ever hear the Jay-Z song? 1 a.m. and we at the club. 2 a.m. and we on the rub. 3 a.m. since she at my house. 4 a.m. at the... Y'all heard that Jay-Z song, right? Well, guess where he stole that from? He stole that from Red Essence. 3 in the morning, the Pancake House. 4 in the morning, you hear her start to shout. That was their song. So what happened was they sued Jay-Z. And they won. Because he was a thief. And he stole from a DC go-go band. And they won. And their reward, it wasn't, I don't think, financial. Whereas it was, they played backup for Jay-Z. I think it was like the Jay Leno show or the Tonight Show. It was some kind of hookup like that where they got hooked up. But that's where Jay stole it from, champ. Ain't no party like an Essence party. Real spill. Go-go is the music that birthed here in D.C. Y'all probably have heard about Chuck Brown and stuff like that. But ain't no party like an Essence party. But anyway, back to the documentary so I can get to boxing. So I've been heavy into these documentaries lately. Now, I like to learn about people and things I don't know about. So what I decided to start with was Jimi Hendrix. I got into the Jimi Hendrix documentaries, but I'm like, damn, champ, these Jones, man, there's a lot about Hendrix I really did not know about. You know what I mean? How he was such an innovator, you know, and how he was so depressed and how he was so stalked in his manager connections and his girl connections, how he liked the threesomes, and man, it was deep, psychedelic deep, you know what I'm saying? Real spill. So I'm looking at the Hendrix stuff, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm like, damn, I'm learning. I've never really listened to Hendrix. I knew about the Star Spangled Banner thing. I knew about the Woodstock thing, but I never knew how really good Jimi Hendrix was. So I started listening, and I'm like, dang, this dude was another level. He was another level. So as I'm going through these documentaries, I come across another thing. And there's another rock, cause I'm from the hood, so learning about these rock bands, sex, drugs, rock and roll, man, I'm fascinated by it. I'm like, I never really knew about this genre growing up. It was either rap, hip hop, or go-go for me, or R&B. That was it. You know what I'm saying? So me in my adult years learning these, I'm a little fascinated. So I'm like, I'm gonna keep it pushing. I like these little sex, drug, rock and roll documentaries. So I come across another group that make me feel like a musical dunce. Something that I thought I should have known. One of the biggest bands ever that I never even knew about this band. So I come across these YouTube videos about these young kids, these today's kids, 2020 kids, listening to this song and giving their impression. And it's like viral right now. And the name of this song is called Bohemian Rhapsody. And I'm like, what the hell is this thing? So I started listening to the song. I'm like, the song I like this song. Kind of cool. It's like 4 or 5 songs in one or something. So let me go back and check out this group. And the name of that group was called Queen. And I'm like, dog, all of these songs that they sung, We Are the Champions, We Will Rock You, I never even knew about all this shit. So I'm sitting back now, I'm like, damn, who the hell is Freddie Mercury? I've heard the name. He can sing his ass off. Then I'm hearing about, now I see exactly where the homie Michael Jackson got a lot of his inspirations from. It was Freddie Mercury. He was Michael. He was like the bad version of Michael Jackson. Bad was totally inspired by Freddie Mercury. And I was blown away. And I left it there. And I watched that movie, Bohemian Rhapsody, blown away. Musical geniuses that I never even knew about. So I learned something. And I really enjoyed it. Real spill. So it always feels good to learn something new. All right, let's get to the boxing. Sorry to go so long on that, man. But I just get I get happy, man, when I learn something, man. Let me get right in front of y'all, man. I'm sorry I've been holding y'all for too damn long. But when I learn something new, bro, I'm like, damn, dog, I never even knew about these cats, man. Never even one time watched. I heard the We the Champion song because, you know, people sampled it over the years and stuff like that. So, bro, probably one of the greatest bands to ever rock out. That's crazy. I love learning. Let's keep it pushing, man. Let's keep it moving. Let's get to some boxing history, man. Y'all already know how we start this show out, man. Every day at the top of the program, we talk about boxing history to kick it off, man. So let's talk about today. Today in boxing history. What's going on today? Today, October 8th, 2020. Today is the same day or the anniversary date of Luis Castillo versus Diego Corrales 2. This was the anniversary of their second fight. Now, we all remember their first fight, nothing but a straight-up classic unification fight. You had both of these men who at this point in their careers had already lost in lower weight classes to Floyd Mayweather. So this is post-Floyd, because we know Floyd beat both of these two. But they found each other at a higher weight class and as world champions. You had Diego Corrales, who had the WBO championship at 135. And then you had Luis Castillo having the WBC at 135. They brought it together for a hell of a fight. Straight up fireworks. If y'all do not remember Luis Castillo versus Corrales 1, I don't know what to tell you, boxing fan. Because guess what? You should know about that damn fight. What a fight. These two went back and forth constantly. A lot of blows on each other in that first fight, and then we get to the epic round 10. Less than 30 seconds into the 10th round, Castillo hits Corrales on the chin, knocks him down. Corrales spits out his mouthpiece and got on his feet at the count of 8. Tony Weeks count at 8. Then it says Castillo knocked Corrales down again for the second time. And Corrales once again took his mouthpiece out and rose at the count of 9. This time, Tony Weeks, if we remember, deducted a point. Then he got it for Corrales for excessive of spitting out his mouthpiece. So as the fight goes on, Corrales hits Luis Castillo after being knocked down twice with a punch from the gods. And according to Luis Castillo, it was the most perfect right hand. Diego Corrales then trapped Castillo against the ropes. This is fight 1. Landed numerous punches and appeared to knock Castillo out on his feet, causing Tony Weeks to stop the fight. So, of course, they want a rematch. Now, fight 2, October 8th, 2005. Fight 2, Diego Corrales. After that last win of beating Castillo the first time, he never won another boxing match after that until his unfortunate timely death. But a rematch between him and Castillo occurred October 8th, 2005. The day before the fight, Luis Castillo weighed in 1.5 pounds over the 135-pound limit. And a member of his team was fined and suspended for tampering with the scales. Remember when Gary Russell Jr. said that about Lomachenko and ain't nobody want to hear nothing? People play with scales. That's what they do in the fight game. You dig? Since Castillo didn't make weight, the fight became a non-title bout. The two fighters continued with the same fighting style that they used in the first fight, which was basically a bloody war. The first time both men were all swolled up, Diego Corrales' eye closed, the whole 9. This time wasn't no different. They was heading down the same exact road. And it says that they both were trading inside punches throughout the first 3 rounds. Early in the 4th round, Castillo knocked down Diego Corrales with a left hook to the chin. Corrales wobbled to his feet at the referee's count of 10, causing the fight to end. A third fight between these two was scheduled, but it never took place due to Castillo again coming in overweight, and Corrales was not willing to try to overcome. Castillo was his last win. And after that, he lost to Joel Casamayor as well as Joshua Clottey before, unfortunately, his untimely death. But October 8th marks the anniversary date of Luis Castillo versus Diego Corrales, and may he rest in peace, versus Diego Corrales on October 8th, 2005. All day, man. I was a major Luis Castillo fan, man, and Diego Corrales. I remember that first Floyd fight, man. That was a little close for comfort, fam. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people out there was like, man, they thought Floyd might have lost that one right there, champ. It was a little close for comfort for me. I thought Floyd still edged it out, even with the one hand and the torn shoulder and all that stuff, man. Castillo gave him hell. Don't get it twisted. Castillo gave him hell. But I still thought Floyd pulled it out. And then the second one, much more convincing. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. Let's get to some boxing talk, man. Let's get to some modern stuff. You know what I'm saying? We're going to start the show off very light as we always do. Then we're going to get to the heavier subjects as we progress. So I want to start right here. I want to start with Ratchet and Fetch It right here. You know what I'm saying? Ratchet and straight up Fetch It right here. These two, bro, they like the two stooges missing the third, man. These two. So Eddie Hearn is out here basically trying to clear the record and tell the world as to what is really going on with Bob Arum and the reason why nobody wants to pay for his shows. Now, y'all know we've been following this on the channel, so this is a story that's just, you know, Bob Arum has just been complaining. We reached a conclusion already, and it looked like my conclusion on this was right, that they're going to be heading towards Fight TV. Word is that Lomachenko versus Teofimo Lopez is already there. They're going to charge you $9.99 to watch that fight. I told y'all this is where it was going. It just made sense because this is exactly where they put Aegis Kalvalauskas versus Terence Crawford. So, of course, it made sense, and ain't nobody want to pick it up. So, now we've been hearing Bob's side of the story. Y'all heard what Bob had to say. Bob is like, I'm not giving them the fight for free. They keep doing pay-per-views, and, you know, he got a problem with Eddie Hearn and Sky Sports supposedly charging the fans for fights that shouldn't be on pay-per-view. You know, we want to believe Bob, but we know daggone well Bob got to have some sort of underlying something going on. Bob ain't just out here just trying to clap for the boxing fan. He ain't just all of a sudden grow up and wake up and grow a conscience like, let me stop screwing the boxing fans. That ain't Bob. So what's really going on? According to Eddie Hearn's side, Eddie Hearn says, and I quote, I just laugh. It is bizarre. On the one hand, you got Todd DeBuff, Top Rank's president, phoning Sky, saying, we just want to do business with Sky. But then on the other hand, you got Bob Arum saying, I never want to do business with Sky again. There is no one more committed to boxing than Sky over the years. Others have popped in when it's sexy, but over the years, Sky have been there. But just because you are putting a fight on, it doesn't mean that a broadcaster is obligated to buy it. Let me stop right there. It doesn't mean that, truth be told. But if you are Sky or BT or whomever, and you say that you are in the boxing business, granted, I know this is a business and everything got to add up, but this is a hell of a fight. We're talking, in some eyes, a possible undisputed match. So I don't understand, like, I get it. You don't want to put the fight on at 4 o'clock in the morning. I get it. But this still is, Eddie is like, Sky has been there. They are like the premier boxing showers in the UK like this. So this is a huge fight. It's a very huge fight. We're talking possible, if Lomachenko wins in a certain fashion, his argument for pound is there. This is a huge fight. But Sky ain't interested. According to Eddie Hearn, he says, and I quote, he couldn't believe that no broadcaster, and that is not just Sky, wanted to buy the fight. It's not that it isn't a good fight, but he punted it out everywhere. Us, BT, ITV, Channel 5, everywhere. And he couldn't get any customers. So he sulked. He said they did the same thing with Terence Crawford and Kell Brook. Arum says Sky only wants to do pay-per-views. Arum was trying to get Sky to do Brook versus Crawford on pay-per-view. Let me stop right there. So what's up, Bob? Do you like pay-per-view or do you not? Because Eddie is saying that you was calling Sky up saying, yo, I want this on pay-per-view. That's what Eddie's saying. I gotta watch Bob. See, Bob be on some smoke and mirror. So I guess since Bob had all the doors closed in his face, now he's anti-pay-per-view. But he was for pay-per-view. When we get to the end of this story, Bob is going to have a bigger problem. We're going to talk about that than he knows. And this problem is starting to resonate, especially with the news of Errol Spence Jr. We're going to get there. Give me a second. But the thing is, he goes on and says that Sky have a commitment to boxing. This is Eddie Hearn, which is the budget they give to Matchroom. Let me stop right there. There it is. Did I not tell y'all this, fam? Did I not tell y'all this? Let me reread that again. Sky has a commitment to boxing, which is the budget that they give to Matchroom. I told y'all, Eddie ain't sharing that money. that is going to Matchroom. Sky Sports, you got some loose change around this joint? Y'all got some loose change around this joint? Guess what? Send that on over to Matchroom. Eddie telling you right there. They have a commitment to boxing, which is the budget that they give to Matchroom, not Top Rank. We ain't got nothing for you right now, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're trying to get that thing up for cheap. But other than that, we ain't got nothing for you. It's pretty kind of sad. He says that I made Arum an offer for Lomachenko Lopez, which probably wasn't dissimilar to the one he ended up taking. But by then, he had gone. Or at the moment, no one is looking to spend above and beyond what they already committed to in any business. So Eddie's saying, no, we made him an offer. He just didn't like the number. See, for those who are not in the know, please let me educate you real quick. The problem with Bob Arum in his shows is not the fact that he can't really get nobody to do it. He just can't get nobody to pay him a licensing fee and then put on the fight when he wants to put it on. Sky Sports or BT Sports, they take the fight in a heartbeat, just not for the price tag that Bob Arum wants to give it to them. That's an issue. And the problem is that Bob Arum doesn't have names strong enough to put on pay-per-view nowhere. Not here, not there, not nowhere. And that is Bob's problem. Bob don't got no stars. Bob don't got no stars. We just heard news about Errol Spence Jr. opening up Jerry's World. I thought you knew Jerry, Bob. He got fans and all that. Fans, pay-per-view, everything you would love to have, Bob. What's the problem? The problem is you don't have a star. That's the problem. If y'all want to keep it a buck, that's the problem. Who's your star? Who? Is it going to be Ramirez? Can you put him on pay-per-view? Is it going to be, I don't know, Shakur? Is he ready for pay-per-view? Is it going to be, I don't know, Loma? Clearly, because the UK are telling you that Loma and Campbell, a local Yoko, did jack crap here at 4 o'clock in the morning. Loma is not a star. So where is your star, Bob? You've been slacking. That's the problem. You've been slacking and you've built no star. You have no Manny Pacquiao over there now to make stars off. You have no one to make a star off. That's Bob's problem. And that's why he's salty. Eddie got AJ, star. Oscar got Canelo and Ryan, some kind of stars. Al got Earl, star. Who you got, Bob? Who you got? You got nobody. And that is your problem. You've been slacking on your promotion so much that you forgot to build someone. Didn't do it. Didn't do it. And that's where Bob is at. So according to Eddie Hearn, so he says that they made them an offer for Lomachenko Lopez, but he just didn't like the number. Okay, cool. It was a case of, here is our offer. I would rather spend our money on primetime boxing and our stable. Did you hear that? This is Eddie Hearn saying, it was the case of, here is our offer, and I would rather spend our money on primetime boxing and on our stable. But this is what we will offer. The same for Brook and Crawford. We haven't even made an offer yet, and I don't even know where it will be aired. This is according to Eddie Hearn. So he's telling y'all, look, we offering Bob something. He just don't want it for the, and I don't blame Bob. Bob is probably like, look, I'm giving y'all hella good fights. If you're gonna lowball me, I might as well take my chances on Fight TV. That's his thing. Why am I going to sit there and mess with y'all if I'm going to make the same amount of money on Fight TV? Why am I splitting it down with, why am I messing around with y'all then? Why am I letting y'all all over my brand and this product? For what? Sky Sports like, well, okay, you keep that shit. You ain't got nobody there, ain't nobody over here pressing the seat. Keep that shit, bro. We don't want it. You can have it. So he says that I'd rather keep the money for us, put it on primetime boxing and put it into our stable. That's Eddie Hearn, which something I've been saying even before all this came out. So he finishes up and he says, consistently, we have seen boxing at 3 or 4 in the morning and it doesn't rate, especially as no one is going out now. So it's like people are bowling in from a club at 1 or 2 a.m. and everyone is at home and going to bed early. He's saying basically no one ain't going out. Ain't nobody going to the club. Ain't nobody going to the bar. Ain't nobody drinking. Ain't nobody chilling. You know what I mean? So they coming in the house at 1, 2 in the morning. They can say, oh, let's watch the fight. No, ain't nobody going nowhere. So everybody in bed by midnight. But you want other people to stay up and watch your fight at 4 o'clock in the morning of, I guess, not big names in the UK. Now, to my UK subscribers, y'all been hitting me up telling me, yo, man, we know these dudes. We want to see this fight. Y'all have been hitting me up like we are well-versed of Teofimo Lopez and Vasyl Lomachenko. Don't let that crap that they telling you fool you. We love that fight. So I'm almost torn here. I almost wish I had a poll that I can run in the UK to say, would you stay up to 4 o'clock in the morning to watch Lomachenko and Lopez? Or would you stay up to 4 o'clock in the morning to watch Terence Crawford versus Kell Brook? Would you? Why not? You know what I mean? It's a good fight. But I almost wonder, would you? So according to Eddie Hearn, he says it is not a reflection of the quality of the fight. It's a great fight, but in this market, Luke Campbell Lomachenko was one of our poorest pay-per-views, and no one knows who Teofimo Lopez is. That's what I'm saying. Y'all don't know who Teofimo is. Eddie Hearn is speaking for the UK. Y'all don't know who Teofimo Lopez is. Y'all don't know who Teofimo. You know who Luke Campbell is, but you don't know who Teofimo Lopez is. I think he is being disingenuous here, and I don't think he's giving enough credit to the UK fan base. Y'all know who he is. Y'all ain't buying Eddie's poison. But at the end of the day, this is all about money, and Eddie want to keep that money for him. Bob, we ain't giving you nothing extra. You want to come over here, take this cheap price tag. If you don't, have good luck on Fight TV. But after that, anything extra around this joint is mine. And it's going back in the matchroom. I can't be mad at Eddie for that. Bob, you should have made a star. Everybody wants to be a star. And you made none. Ain't that right, Bob? And everybody wants to be one. According to Eddie, as a hardcore fight fan, I think it's a fantastic fight. But as the hardcore fan base is extremely small. Arum tried for Lomachenko Lopez as a pay-per-view in the United States. It was only when they realized it would not do a lot of buys that they put it on normal ESPN. Oh. Well, according to Bob, his version of it was, I am looking out for the fans. I have the fans' best interests at heart. This is a pandemic going on. No one's working. Okay? So I'm putting the fights on for free. ESPN has paid me through the rest of the year to put the fights on for free. Or is it that? Or is it that, Bob, you just ain't got no pay-per-view attractions? Facts. I love Crawford. Y'all already know. I love Kell Brook. Y'all already know. I don't know what it does on pay-per-view. I can hope and wish and pray. I just seen the Charlo's numbers. I don't think it would do anything. It's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. So it is what it is. This is the last one right here. He says he did Crawford and Amir Khan on pay-per-view, and everyone seems to have forgotten that Lomachenko Lopez is on pay-per-view in the UK. I don't know what he's saying. Lomachenko Lopez is on. He's forgotten that Lomachenko Lopez is on pay-per-view in the UK. I don't know what he meant. But I know the Khan and Crawford fight didn't do well. So wasn't a good example to use. Point of the matter, it seems that Eddie Hearn is telling everybody that don't listen to Bob Arum. Bob Arum is just running around here salty, and these are just like two snakes. Which snakes do you believe? You know what I'm saying? Pick your snake. Pick your poison. But at the end of the day, he's telling you, don't listen to Bob Arum. He's just whining, he's crying, he's salty, all because he don't have a star and don't nobody want to pay him astronomical amounts of money to put his fights on at 4 o'clock in the morning over here in the UK. And so he's running around trashing pay-per-view. He's trashing everything that PBC is doing. He's trashing everything that Matchroom is doing. He's trashing everything that you are doing. He's trashing everything that I'm doing. He's just trashing everything. That's Bob. Damn, bruh. All you got to do is build a star. You need an attraction, Bob. You need an attraction. You ran them all out of town. All right, let me see what the fam talking about, man. Let me see what the fam. Yeah, word of the day, you caught on fast, bro. It was definitely them. That was it, man. Andre 3000 played him in the movie. He played who? He played Hendrix? He played Jimi Hendrix? I got to check for that, dog. I never knew that. I will be checking for that tonight because I've been on some Hendrix, binging on his documentaries, bro, for the last couple days. So I never even knew Andre 3000 did a movie, bro. I will definitely be checking for that. Word of the day says we used to sing "We Are the Champions" when our teams would win. Bro. I've heard that song for years. Never knew who sung it. Never knew anything about that. Never knew anything about the "We Will Rock You." That we will. I never knew they did that. I never knew. It was another one that was big that I was like, dog. I heard that song a million times and I never even knew that they did it. Even the Bohemian Rhapsody song, never heard it. I think I heard it like once on like a Wayne's World movie or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But that was it. But I'm blown away. Pure geniuses. You know what I'm saying? Geniuses. And Mercury, man, got a lot of inspiration from Hendrix, bro. Coach Kennedy say, salute, fam. Salute to you, man. Man, why DAZN trying to lose money on December 5th? Oh, we gonna get there. I heard about Lil Ryan and Earl bumping heads. We definitely gonna get there. They better shut that down, champ. They better shut that down if they know we're smart. I got DGO in the building. What's up, fam? What's up with you, man? Alberto, what's up, man? Floyd said Tank gonna do $1 million or $2 million, and I laughed. You should have laughed because that was funny. Tank gonna do $1 million or $2 million? Nah, I seriously doubt it. Big ups to Floyd for just trying to grab some. I don't know if he was setting the bar high or low, but he ain't even hitting $1 million. If I had to guesstimate, I'd say 150 to 250. Anywhere between 150 and 250. This is a pandemic. This pandemic is real, fam. This pandemic is real, and I don't know, us boxing fans, we got a bad habit of living in our own world and forgetting about the rest of the world. You know what I'm saying? And forgetting the fact that, ain't nobody tripping off boxing but us. And I'm just keeping it 100. I'm just keeping it 100. Nobody tripping off boxing but us. So if you think we are going to show up to the $1 million tune for Tank Davis, I got a bridge to sell you, and you're going to end up in Oz. It's amazing. All I want is $5 million for it. That's all I want. Come holler at me. Mainman511@gmail.com. You know what I'm saying? Real spill. Aaron can do whatever he wants. He is making the best matches in boxing, says DGO. You think he making the best matches in boxing? Oh, no, man. Since the pandemic started, Bob's shows ain't been doing so well. Remember them numbers that came out about Shakur's show and the other ones he had? Bob has had a few hiccups. You know what I'm saying? Had a few hiccups along the way. But look, Bob, an old school promoter, he'll figure it out. What Bob's problem is he needs a star. That's why he leaned and he bought into Tyson Fury, because he had no one else of star caliber. He got a lot of good fighters. DGO, I ain't denying. Jose Ramirez, all of them cats, Josh Taylor. Bro, he got a lot of good fighters. Without a doubt, that could be prize stars. The problem is Bob just hasn't done it. Bob hasn't promoted in a way to make his guys stop. He shows up only more so around fight time. Other than that, he's just doing a bunch of complaining. The one thing you got to give Eddie, he every freaking way. He everywhere. And in most cases, he's upbeat. He's positive. Even if you believe him or not, he's still in the way, oh, yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. Oh, we're just waiting on this day so we can make this happen and do that. Bob is, well, screw everybody. I can't stand no one in here. They all are a bunch of clowns. That's it, and they stink. That's Bob Arum. Just mad at everybody. And you ain't promoting right, bro. You ain't building no stars. That's why they gonna leave you, Bob. Keep on playing. They gonna leave your ass. You know what I'm saying? They gonna leave your ass. All right, let's move on to the next subject, fam. We've been spent too much on this one. It is what it is. So now we know both sides of the story. We know Eddie Hearn's side of the story, and we know Bob's side of the story. Which snake do you believe? That's all I can say. We're going to move on to the next subject, fam. So the next one, I got to see. Should we go to the Earl one next? Or should we go? No, you know what? Let's go to we got to go to this one because this one's going to take a minute to explain. So word on the curb. We've already kind of known this, but we wasn't 100% sure. And that is the fact that Dom Ingle, former trainer of Kell Brook, has came out and basically set the record straight. He got an interview over there on IFL TV, and he set the record straight. And he pretty much let everybody know, I'm not going to be involved. Not going to be involved. Dom Ingle ain't playing no games. Let's get to some of his quotes. According to Dom Ingle, he is just letting Kell Brook pretty much do this one on his own. All right, hold on. Let me get to some notes here. He gonna let Kell do this pretty much on his own. Now, it's clear, crystal clear from Dom Ingle breaking it down. Him and Kell Brook will not be entering into the Terence Crawford fight together. Now, I always find this funny. You dig? Now, we know reasons why trainers and fighters split up. Sometimes the fighter want to do a style change and maybe feel like this is the furthest that me and this coach can go. It works like that sometimes. Sometimes it's, well, the coach is getting too old and he can't keep up with me no more. I'm too fast. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't hitting the pads no more. His mind ain't sharp like it used to be. So I'm going to get a little younger, more vibrant coach. They do that for that reason sometimes too. But what is the main reason that coaches and fighters always go their separate ways? Riddle me that. Money. And it's always normally during the twilight years of a career or the second half of a career. But I never understand, how can a trainer not be with their fighter in the biggest fights of their career, or the biggest or if they're on a comeback trail or trying to build momentum to get back to where they need to be? Why doesn't a trainer in that part of the fighter's career, why does problems always arise? Listen to the quotes of Dom Ingle. He is doing this one by himself, but it's not an issue. According to Dom Ingle, he says, and I quote, "The COVID situation and travel restrictions, I can't take the risk of going anywhere. I got to stay in England and I've got Liam Williams." Let me stop right there. What he's talking about is Kell Brook decided to have training camp over in Fortuna, Spain, not in the UK where Dom Ingle is. He didn't start his training in Sheffield where Dom Ingle is. He started in Fortuna. Now, Kell has been hanging out a lot in Fortuna. He spent, I believe, his last training camp up in Fortuna. You know, he likes to hang out in Spain. I'm going to leave it alone. I think y'all already know the reason why I think that these athletes like to go to Spain. Whatever, man. But he likes to go to Spain. And so Dom Ingle's like, I'm not going to Spain, bro. You got travel restrictions out here. You got COVID-19. You got pandemics. Why the hell am I going to go over there to Fortuna when we got a nice big gym right here and you can train in? So he says, no, I wasn't going anywhere. I'm staying here, and I can't afford to get sick, because if I get sick, I got other fighters that I got to worry about as well. I actually agree with Dom Ingle there. On that. He goes on and says that Kell has been training. When they asked him to, he had to explain his other obligations in the UK, working with also young fighters. He's also saying that Kell has been training well. The last couple of months, his weight will be good. He's been training well the last couple of months. His weight will be good. I don't think he will have any problems making the weight, end quote. That's a bold statement from Dom Ingle. That's exactly what Kell Brook Nation wants to hear. He's all right. He's going to make weight. He's going to be okay. That's what Brook Nation would love to hear. How do you know that, bruh? If you ain't been in the camp. If Kell Brook has been in Fortuna, Spain training, you've been in the UK and refused to get on anything smoking, how do you know what Kell Brook weight is right now? Are you going by the same pictures that we are? Because you don't know. You don't know if Kell Brook is on weight or not. You have no idea, Dom Ingle, because you did not want to take the trip. Let's keep it pushing. So Dom Ingle says, when they asked him, okay, let's see. Oh, I may have got the wrong one. Oh, okay. When they asked him, will Kell Brook be training here in the UK at all? Dom Ingle says, and I quote, he probably will be training here. I would imagine that he won't go out to America till 3 weeks before the fight and another 2 weeks in Sheffield. There's plenty of places that he can train and other people that he can train with. That's not really what I'm concerned with or focused on, end quote. What the hell? Wow. So even if Kell Brook went to Fortuna for a couple weeks and decided, hey, I'm coming back to Sheffield or I'm coming back to the UK to train, Dom, I need you to come on, help me out. Let's finish, working on what I started in Forte Fortuna. Dom says he don't want nothing to do with it. I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't care. If you go to Forte Fortuna and you start, I don't care if you've been out there a week. I don't want nothing to do with it. That's very unlike a trainer. You think of Freddie Roach and Manny Pacquiao. Freddie Roach don't train Manny Pacquiao until he comes to America for the cameras to come around and make the big story come out. Because Freddie Roach is the Hollywood trainer. Boo Boy is the real trainer of Manny Pacquiao. It's like that. So Freddie Roach never had a problem with it. Dom Ingle like, that ain't me, champ. That ain't me. I am the originator. I lay the blueprint. I lay the finishing credits. There ain't nothing that no one else adds into that cup but me. I don't need to be picking up what someone left off. What I do is I lay the groundwork and I build on the groundwork that I lay. That's how Dom Ingle feels. But that's still this still Kell Brook's biggest fight. How do you not bend a little bit and say, oh, you want to help? If you come here, then fine. Or if you made it back to the Ingle gym, Winko Bank gym, fine. But you saying not even if you come back, I don't want anything to do with you. Wow. Hopefully he does all right. He is getting a good payday. And in these times, who knows when we will get back to normal. You got to take what comes all day. That's one thing about Dom Ingle, though. My thing is, whatever the disagreement between Dom Ingle and Kell Brook, I honestly think it has to have something to do financially. Because Dom Ingle clearly I don't think he has bad intentions or ill will towards Kell, because we've now seen Dom not in a couple of Kell Brook's training camps. Technically, if you go by the numbers, I think Dom Ingle, out of all of Kell Brook's fights, he's only coached. Hold on, I got that number here. Hold on. He hasn't coached all of Kell's fights. Hold on. Okay, yeah. Dom Ingle has been with Kell for most of his career. I think it's like 32 or 33 fights. But 7 of the fights also went to Kell Brook's other trainer, his first trainer, in Dave Caldwell. And also now 2 to his new trainer in John Fuchs. So every fight camp, Dom Ingle has been there majority of the time. But he's taking some times here and but I think the first 7, he had to get him from the other trainer. Then he took Kell Brook on the long ride, and now it's John Fuchs. That's who coached Kell Brook in the Michael Zarafa fight. And remember, in the Michael Zarafa fight, Dom Ingle wasn't there neither. And we're gonna talk more about that. Dom Ingle wasn't in the Michael Zarafa fight, but he was ringside, along with the other coach, Caldwell. He was ringside. They ain't had ill will or ill intentions towards Kell, but just some reason they can't get on the same page and, bring and coach Kell. So it's like they don't have ill will, ill intentions to him. It's just something else. It's like we love him. We do. And I care a lot about him, but this time I can't. I'm just not going to go there. Usually when people talk like that, there's something he ain't talking about. And we know what that something more than likely is. You know what I'm saying? Let's finish up with these quotes from Dom Ingle so we can get to the next thing. Dom Ingle on the last set of quotes. He says that I need to know what the fighters is capable of and what they've been doing previous. It's not the way that I work. It's not the way that I'll ever work, no matter how much money is involved. So maybe it ain't the money thing. He's telling you it ain't got nothing to do about money. I just don't take anyone's leftovers. I just don't. If someone else starts to make this painting, don't expect me to pick up a paintbrush and finish the damn painting. That's how Dom Ingle's looking at it. Now, I don't know if he could be being genuine. He could be genuine here. Could be. I mean, I would think that he loves Kell and Kell's father. They got a long history together. But he don't pop up for Kell's biggest fight. He says that I said to his dad before they went to Forte Fortuna, count me out of this one. He's got a good idea. He's been on himself before when he boxed Zarafa. It wasn't a great performance. He slipped that in. It wasn't a great performance, but you learn sometimes from the mistakes. There were mistakes made in that camp. He came in underweight and probably underestimating the opponent, and he's probably addressed those issues. End quote. So he's telling you, look, this ain't the first time we've been apart. You know, they don't make a big deal out of it. He fought Michael Zarafa. He didn't look that good, but yo, he'll learn from that. I want to stop right there. See, this is a boxing myth that's going around the sporting world. I don't know what people need to stop listening to people and go look for yourself. Go back and watch the Kell Brook versus Michael Zarafa fight. Kell Brook fought that fight beautifully, I thought. I thought he fought a hell of a fight. I don't know what people talking about. Oh, he got touched up. He didn't look good against Michael Zarafa. Even Dom Ingle trying to toot his own horn. Well, you know, I wasn't with him with Michael Zarafa, and he didn't look that great, but he learned. Bruh, I don't know who lied to you, Dom Ingle. Kell Brook shined against Michael Zarafa. He boxed his ass off. Michael Zarafa was a 160-pounder, rangy, tall, and long. Kell Brook had to figure that out. And on top of that, he came in, like you said, for that fight underweight. And he still had to figure it out. Man, Kell Brook was working behind the jab, walking Michael Zarafa ass down. Walking behind his jab, and when he got in close enough, letting it go three-piece combinations. Pinning Michael Zarafa up against that rope. He beat Michael Zarafa, super clean. Major margin. You did? Yeah, he had a bad round or two. A bad round or two against a 160-pounder. And then how much does it say that Kell Brook beat Michael Zarafa? Now, we give Terence Crawford all the credit in the world for beating Jeff Horn. But Michael Zarafa beat Jeff Horn too. Yeah, Jeff Horn beat Michael Zarafa too, but they beat each other. The fact that I'm making is your biggest win at welterweight, Crawford, that everyone gives you credit for. Well, guess what? Kell Brook beat the man that beat him too. That makes sense. And I thought he did it clean. It is an urban legend and a boxing myth, and probably built by a lot of haters, that Kell Brook didn't look good against Michael Zarafa. That is bogus. Straight bogus. Go back and watch. I watched that fight earlier today. He dusted that dude, champ. Dusted him. It actually looked good to see the smaller man bullying the bigger man. Because Zarafa was clearly bigger than Brook in that fight. Brook, man, I walked away from that fight actually thinking that, Brook looking good. He looked confident. He was confident enough to walk the bigger man down, come forward, take a few shots, eat a jab here and there. Eat a right hand here and there, willing to do it, test them eyes out against a big man. Walked him down. Man, y'all tripping. I don't know who lied to anybody and said that Kell Brook looked bad against Michael Zarafa, man. You dig what I'm saying? But in these boxing twilight years, like we was talking about a little early, this is a normal thing with a lot of fighters and coaches splitting for reasons sometimes mostly time unknown, which usually leads to money. We just got finished earlier talking about Diego Corrales. Y'all remember the big story about Diego Corrales and Joe Goosen? You know, Joe Goosen had to take Diego Corrales to court because, unfortunately, Diego Corrales didn't pay Joe Goosen well. He was supposed to get 10% of the $1.2 million purse that Diego Corrales got, and Diego Corrales only ended up paying Goosen $10,000. So that caused a rift over money. But Diego Corrales was at the end of the road, some say. At that point, especially coming off 2 losses. So he probably was at the end of the road. That's what fighters do. They start counting that money towards the end. Shit, bro, I love you, man. But these last couple fights, bro, I ain't been hitting the bank. Do you think of Kell Brook's situation? What did he say? He getting $2 million? $2 million the Bud's for, right? I think that was the last number I remember hearing. Well, think about it. $2 million ain't a lot of money for Kell Brook. $2 million ain't a lot of money for Kell Brook. I'm just saying. You think about it. UK taxes, American taxes, promoter fees, manager fees, and everything else under the sun. What is Kell really walking away with that he got to probably give Dom Ingle 10%? And that's what Kell is doing. Kell is adding up numbers. And that's what I think. Usually that is the case, and that is usually the story in situations where the trainer doesn't want to participate with the fighter in one of their biggest fights. Some think that this is a signal that Kell Brook wants to cash out. I remember looking at the comments on that same IFL TV video. And if you look at the comment section, it's flooded with people who reading this as this is Kell cashing out. Kell Brook cashing out. You know what I'm saying? He cashing out. For Ben Media in the building. What's up, fam? Mr. Cheesehead, what's up, man? Y'all paying all them pay-per-views. Bro, if we want to support the sport, we ain't got no choice. What else we going to do? We want to see quality fights. You know, these fighters want to command so much money. They don't want to take pay cuts. They think they're too good for that. So we want to see quality fights. What else we going to do? Not pay it and let the sport of boxing just die and UFC take over? That ain't an option. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. It's not an option. It's called Jimmy, All Is By My Side. Okay. That's the jam right there, John. That's the jam. For Ben says a whole bunch of good fighters, but Top Rank tries to whitewash the personality of their fighters, and they're all bland. Facts. I mean, I think Seyfried Lomachenko funny. I don't know. Terence Crawford got the personality of a wet freaking mop. You know what I'm saying? Who's the star? Tyson Fury is a lunchbox, but he ain't all the way Bob's. Who's the star? Jose Ramirez, I don't even know what he sounds like. You know what I'm saying? Who's the star? Who's the guy with the personality? Who's the Adrian Bronner? Who is the Tank? Who do he got? Who do we got? Who's the star? Shakur? Shakur's a good kid. Too good. Who's the star? No star. Heyman hasn't made any stars either, says DGO. He is only making divas. Only Eddie has a Joshua. Fury is not doing too bad himself. I would disagree with that, DGO. And once we get to that Errol Spence Jr. story, you're going to see why I disagree with that. You can't tell me that Al Heyman ain't building no stars when your man Errol Spence Jr. about to be in Jerry's world. No. I can't agree with that. Like I said before, man, Kell Brook, though, forget what Dom Ingle was saying. You know, he fought well against Michael Zarafa, man. And also, Kell Brook needs not to listen to the UK broadcasters. I don't know what's up with the UK broadcasters in Kell Brook. They are very anti-Brook. I've been listening to a lot of Kes talk, especially the UK talking heads. Very anti-Brook for whatever reason. I don't know. Even in the Michael Zarafa fight, they call Froch anti-Brook. You know what I mean? Kell Brook, if you smart, you turn all that off. Everyone's counting you out, especially in your own country. Everybody's counting Kell Brook out. Oh, this is too. Even some may even read the nonchalant attitude of Dom Ingle as he's just counting Kell Brook out and he just want to go get a big check and he gonna ride off into the sunset like Amir Khan. Everybody's counting Kell Brook out, so Kell, cut them UK broadcasters off. They ain't got your best interest at heart. We showing you more love over here. Real spill. That's why Kell came over here on his own. He like, you know what, man? Ain't nobody giving me no chance back home right now. Eddie act like he don't know me right now. Eddie act like he can't call the network and get my fight on. Eddie just straight up abandoned me. He never got me the Amir Khan fight. I got the UK broadcasters dumping on me left and right. So what the hell I'm going to stay here for? I'm taking my ass to Fort of Fortuna and America. And I'm going to finish my career that way. Because y'all ain't giving me no love. Y'all should be, to be honest with you, man, the UK, y'all should be applauding Kell Brook. The man had both eyes broken. Both eyes. And he's made it back to this point. He didn't quit. He didn't walk out of boxing with his Errol Spence and Triple G checks. He could have walked out of boxing with the Errol Spence and Triple G checks. That could have been it. But what does he say? I'm going to hang around. I want to hang around and give it one more go. Y'all supposed to be applauding that man. Shit, man. I don't understand it. Man ain't getting no love back home, man. Man ain't getting no love back home. It's really sad. So I'm going to tell you this one last thing. The Michael Zarafa version of Kell Brook, he'd be a problem for Bud. I'm telling y'all straight like that. Now, that was a 151, 154 pound Kell Brook. And Kell Brook is much better at higher weights. But that version of Kell Brook that fought Michael Zarafa would be a problem for Terence Crawford. Because that Brook was walking down Zarafa. That Brook was countering. It had a monster uppercut coming on Zarafa. Monster uppercut. He was confident. And most importantly, he paced himself. He made it all the way through that fight. That version of Kell Brook would be a problem. And who knows? He might show up. I don't know. But y'all need to stop looking at that Michael Zarafa fight in a bad way. And I challenge all the, matter of fact, fam, if I get a lot of y'all telling me, yo, man, you're tripping. Yo, man, I don't know what you're seeing, man. Yo, we're going to do a rewatch on that shit. We're going to do a rewatch on that. Because I'm going to tell you straight like this. I know what I saw. I watched that fight today, and he dominated that fight. But they be trying. I noticed the media used that fight to dump on Brook. He using it to dump on Brook. A lot of the haters use it to dump on Brook, and it's a lie. It's like the Keith Thurman lie. Like they be like, oh, Keith Thurman looked bad against Josecito Lopez. Oh, he came back and looked awful. The man lost one freaking round. One round. But they be, oh, he looked so bad. Josecito Lopez almost stopped him, and he was just all so bad. What kind of perform? Bro, what the hell kind of box? The man was out of the ring for how long and lost one round on the comeback. And y'all talking about he looked bad. So we're going to stop all these myths and all of these boxing urban legends around this joint because it ain't true. You know what I mean? Give Kell Brook his fair chance. Give him his fair chance. Dom Ingle, I don't know. Now, without his normal, now I would say, like I said, him and Fuchs, or whatever the dude name, his new coach, Fuchs, whatever his name is, they got something going. Let's see how it works. Unfortunately, Dom Ingle ain't going to be in the camp. It's very unfortunate. How could you sleep at night, Dom, knowing that you've been with Kell Brook for so many fights, and then you don't see him riding off into his last Twilight Years fights? You just sitting back like, I don't want to have anything to do with it. That's sad. And I always hate to see trainer relationships and fighter relationships in this way. Really does. Because you're supposed to be there. You're supposed to be there. You're supposed to be there, bro. Muhammad Hamatola in the building. What's up, fam? What's going on? Kell Brook has nothing to lose and everything to gain. A victory or even a good showing against Bud can line up some decent fights for him on the PBC side of the street. Bud better be prepared. All day. Good point, fam. Good point. You know, if Kell does give a good showing of himself and he loses, you telling me a Kell Brook versus a Jerron Ennis if Kell Brook didn't get down at 147? You telling me a Kell Brook versus any of the PBC dudes that he never got a chance to fight, a la Danny Garcia? Well, Danny probably won't do it, but, fights like that, there's still to be decent fights for Kell Brook, pending on how good he shows against Bud. But I'm telling y'all, bro, if that Michael Zarafa version of Kell Brook, he shows up, bro, that's a problem. That is a problem. That is an urban boxing myth that he looked bad against Michael Zarafa, man. Real spill, man. Real spill. You say do a rewatch, you can't play boxing. What's up, fam? Do a rewatch? We may have to do that. So we can set that record straight before Crawford and Brook. You know what I'm saying? All day. So let's move on to the last story of the night. And that is about none other than Mr. Errol Spence Jr. Y'all have already heard the news. I know y'all heard the news because Spence Nation ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? Spence Nation ain't playing. Salute to my homie, Manny. Manny, what's up, bro? Spence Nation ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? Yo, man. This is a good move, man. So we all know that the original date was November the 21st. The date has now been changed to December 5th, going down in at&t Stadium. This will be Errol Spence Jr.'s second time headlining in the at&t Stadium. This will be his third time under the Dallas Cowboys brand name. Remember the Carlos Ocampo fight, went in the spot next door. But in the big room, we got Mikey Garcia, and now we're going to get Danny Garcia. So the two Garcias went down in the big room. So this is the third time basically he is under the Cowboys brand. I ain't mad at that. Let's get to some of the quotes first before I get to some of my points. First off, Errol Spence Jr., what did he have to say about this? I know he got to be turned all the way up. Having my comeback fight in front of my hometown fans at at&t Stadium is added motivation and a dream come true. That's what's up, bro. It means even more because I'm going up against a great champion in Danny Garcia. I know people are looking out to see if I lost a step or won't be at my best, but I'm 100% focused and everything is on point in training camp. I just can't wait to go out there on December 5th and put on a show, end quote. Man, bruh, he got to be on cloud 9 right now, champ. On cloud 9. Bruh, you going to be in Jerry's World, back in front of your home crowd. And y'all sitting here telling me that the man ain't a star? Then what the hell is Jerry doing there then? If he ain't a star. Jerry don't mess with peasants, champ. There's a lot of other fighters Jerry can put in that stadium. Why is he going to Earl if he's not a star? Riddle me that. And if you believe that he isn't a star, he keep messing with jury. If you don't believe it today, you're going to believe it tomorrow. Because the Dallas Cowboys are America's team. That's America's team to my international fan. The Dallas Cowboys win, lose, or draw. Whether it's a 5-20 season, whatever, you know what I mean? People watching the Cowboys. And if this man's name is attached to the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, which clearly it is at this point, he's a star. Miss me with that. And I'm going to tell you something else. He's becoming a bit different. Because there ain't many fighters in boxing that's going to be able to command the black audience as well as the Mexican audience. If he keeps going the road that he's going to have not just his people, but he's going to end up picking up a lot of people along the way. You hear me, though? This is what I look at when I see the man hanging with Jerry and the Cowboys. I say they going to make him into a star. If you don't believe he's a star, they going to make him into a star on the big Jumbotron. Shit. Bro, this man in front of his home crowd. And what has he done? He ain't been fighting. He ain't been on no commercials. Y'all say he ain't a star. He ain't been, on the game shows or just doing things to raise his profile. That ain't what he been doing. But he ain't a star, man. He ain't been doing that, but Jerry's still messing with him, though. That tells me something. Oh, damn, my iPad just died. Hold on, fam. Give me 1 second. iPad just died, so I got to pull up so I can see y'all comments coming in. Damn. Bro, y'all telling me this man ain't a star, but he's sitting here next to Jerry. All right, good deal. Let's see what Danny got to say about this. How you feeling about this, Danny? And we're going to talk about you. I'm very excited to get back into the ring, says Garcia. This is going to be my second fight of 2020. Even though it's been a crazy year with the pandemic and everything, I'm glad we're finally getting back to where we were and that we'll be able to bring this fight to the fans. This matchup is a mega fight unification bout. Hold on. This matchup is a mega fight unification bout? Bro, you ain't got no goddamn belt. This ain't no unification. This is you trying to get Errol Spence Jr.'s belts. Let's say this the right way. That's not say unification. Unification means you got a belt and he got a belt. You ain't got a belt, Danny. You know what I'm saying? You had your belt taken many moons ago. You know what I'm saying? So let's not say a unification fight. Let's say you trying to get Errol Spence Jr.'s belts. Let's make that crystal. You don't have a belt. You know what I'm saying? You don't have a belt, bro. When the last time you even had a belt? Anyway, let's move on. This matchup is a mega fight unification bout. It's my opportunity to reclaim my spot at the top in this division and become a 5-time world champion. Training and sparring has been going really well. I'm extremely prepared for this already, and it can't get here soon enough. Come December 5th, I will be crowned a unified champion. All right, so you gonna go after Earl's belts. You just ain't a unification, bro. You're always talking about some unification. All right, let's see what Jerry got to say about this. What an exciting event to look forward to as we welcome yet another championship fight to at&t Stadium. We are honored to once again partner with TGB Promotions. I think that's Tom Brown Promotions, right? TGB Promotions and Premier Boxing Champions, and provide a top flight boxing match between Errol Spence Jr. and Danny Garcia on December 5th. That's what's up, champ. That's what's up, Jerry. That's what's up, man. So Jerry gonna take this kid and try to make him into a star. Now Earl got to do his part, and all Earl part is to go in there and be good. That's Earl's part. Hold on, fam. Let me pull y'all comments up because I can't see y'all comments right now because my iPad just died on me. Hold on 1 second. All right, there we go. Now, like I was saying, this he's going to make him into a star one way or another. So for people who don't want to say he's a star. Now, what does this do for Danny Garcia? Does this make the ass whooping worse? Or does this make Errol Spence Jr., does this put him under pressure? I wonder that. Or does this make it worse? The ass whooping that's coming. Because now he going to want to show out in front of his home crowd. Danny is going to be under tremendous pressure walking in not only to that stadium, but that state Not only into the stadium, he going to have pressure walking into the state. They're going to probably be at the airport waiting on Danny like, yeah, you up in Texas now. You did. But at the end of the day, Danny, you got to walk into the fire. You got to go down south into the fire, into the most beautiful, one of the most beautiful stadiums in America. And on the worldwide stage, in the backyard of Errol Spence Jr., you're going to have to take it from him. Because I'm going to tell you, Earl ain't going down in front of his home crowd easy. And it ain't going to happen. I think the stakes just got raised a little bit. I think Danny's ass whooping might have just got a little worse. I'm telling you, it might have just got a little worse. Because this is going to be a serious beatdown. What? All right, so, damn, hold on, y'all. Notes is just moving around all on me, man. Hold on. All right. Yeah, but this is, like I said, added pressure on Danny. Now, it says that Spence's unified title defense versus two-division champ Garcia will now be marked the first Fox Sports event to take place outside of L.A. For those who don't know, PBC, that's all they've been operating is in L.A. and at the Mohegan Sun and in Connecticut. So I believe that Gervonta Tank Davis, his fight at the Alamo Dome, will be the first fight that they held in this pandemic outside of L.A. And I believe that these two are following it up next. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. You see how Al Heyman can walk around and just say, you know what, we're going to be strategic about this. We're going to try to do. It was Bob Arum coming out every other day. Oh, we're waiting on the crowds. Oh, we move this for crowds. Oh, we're hoping for crowds. Oh, they told me this date is going to be the crowds. Oh, it ain't going to be crowds, so we're going to move it again. You didn't see that happening from PBC. They told you one date, and then once they got the green light of you can move it here from Jerry, and you already know Jerry with his power and influence, I'm sure he had a hand in allowing some fans back into that stadium. I think he's been doing it from the jump, if I'm not mistaken. Well, why couldn't Bob do that? Why couldn't Bob call up his buddy, Jerry Jones? Because I remember Bob talking about it. But why couldn't Bob? How did Al make it happen? I mean, make it happen like that. Yo, do you not know that every fighter that's in boxing, maybe even Canelo Alvarez, that's who they want to be fighting at next? They would love to be in Errol Spence Jr.'s position. Fighting in a stadium, in a big fight, in your backyard, on pay-per-view. Do you not know Canelo, AJ, Wilder, Crawford? Who else are the stars of the sports? Fury, any of them. Do you not know that they all would love to be in Errol Spence Jr.'s position right now? Facts. Because he's about to be walking on the biggest stage this year for a fight. There isn't no stage that's been bigger. Jerry's world. The power of Jerry Jones. Looking out for this kid. This can be the beginning of something special. Now, everybody, I remember during the Mikey Garcia fight, everybody was like, yo, man, those were Mikey's fans. Those were Mikey's. I was even hearing like, yo, man, they telling me, cats from Texas telling me like, yo, man, those are Mikey's fans, man. Nah, man, those not Mikey's fans. Those were Earl's fans. Well, guess what? If you believe that those were Mikey's fans, with the Cowboys, Jerry Jones backing this kid, showing this kid, the whole state of Dallas, that he's always on the news. He is the culture. He's becoming the culture down in Texas. What do you think is going to happen to this kid? He's been catapulted. Catapulted. And there's no one else in boxing that I can think of that's been catapulted like this. This is his third fight with the Cowboys. That's major. Y'all don't even know. Like all of their shoulder programming, all of their advertising, half times at different games, all the promo that he can get from the Cowboys. Man, he go in there, he beat Danny in decisive fashion in Jerry's world. If you don't believe he's a star, if you don't, because it took me a minute to come around, fam. So I know where y'all at with it. You know me. You got to prove it. Well, guess what? He go back here and he beat Danny in Jerry's world. You can't get no more star making. You can't get no more star making in there. You got Danny, a popular fighter, former world champion. Y'all perceive him as good. Well, guess what? On the biggest platform, in the biggest stadium, that's star making shit. Maybe I'm tripping, fam. Maybe I'm tripping. Muhammad Hamatola says, will Spence repaired teeth hold up in a fight? Remember, DeGale lost his teeth against Badu. It will look weird seeing Spence doing the post-fight interview with no teeth. Let's hope he keep those teeth, man. I think he gonna be good, man. He say he been sparring, but like my deal is, I'm not like a lot of folks. I still got to see it to believe it. Don't get it twisted. I'm not on this mythical, he's just automatically okay. No. I'm like y'all. I need to see it to believe it. I don't know what his punch resistance is going to look like until he gets hit. I don't believe his corner will put him in there knowing that he's not fully ready. But once again, there's a lot of money and opportunity in this situation. I just don't know. I want to believe that he is. And if he does, and if he gets it done, Slim, he's going to the moon. He's going to the moon. There is no other performance other than the Crawford performance after this. If he decisively beats Danny Garcia, we ain't talking about nothing else. Nothing else to talk about. Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr. Fuck it. Do it in Jerry's world. It is what it is. Jerry's world. And I'm going to tell you straight like this. Well, I'm not going to bring that. I'm not going to bring that up right now. I'm not going to bring that up because I don't feel like y'all coming back at me with it. I'm not bringing up no purse splits and none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing that. Muhammad Hamatola says, Earl already a 12,000 venue, already a 12K venue in Cowboys training facilities against a lesser name. That was Ocampo, right? Earl's definitely a star. And if both Crawford and him make statements in their respective fights, the fight will be huge all day. This is the stage is set. I mean, what Crawford is, originally he was fighting a week prior to Errol Spence Jr. The stage is set. Now, we know the news about them saying that Ryan Garcia's fight going down on the same night. Oh, poor Ryan. I'm going to say this. Why even make this like it's a move the date, bro? If you smart, you move it. If Oscar is smart, he moves it. I know we in a pandemic and dates and venues are an issue right now, but at the end of the day, you move it because you got allegedly the 12th most marketable athlete, not fighter, athlete, right? Well, you want as many eyes on that kid right now as possible to keep his trajectory going up, at least on the popularity scale. Well, ain't nobody going to look at that shit, bro. I'm going to keep it 100. Ain't nobody going to look at that with the Errol Spence Jr. and Danny Garcia fight on. Hell nah. Ryan who? I am not going to watch Crying Ryan over this fight. It ain't going to happen, champ. Especially if I pay my money for it. I pay my money for it. That I'm watching every second of this. Crying Ryan, I see you on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it 100. So if Oscar is smart, move the date. You ain't got to, if people like, they trying to make a big thing out of it, like, I don't think it's that big of a deal, truth be told, because it ain't like Ryan Garcia's going on pay-per-view. And it ain't like Ryan Garcia, he's going head up with him, No, he's on regular TV, bro. He's a kid. He's still growing. This cat supposed to be almost plateauing. They had totally different points in their career. This man is on pay-per-view. Ryan Garcia ain't came nowhere near pay-per-view. So if Oscar is smart, I'm just saying, if my young fighter, and I need as many eyes and ears on him as possible, I know people may say, well, how the time is going to line up and everything. Like, nah, bro, scrap the whole date. Scrap the whole thing, bro. Because by the time Ryan, who's going to be in the headlining fight, by the time he's walking out, bro, even if the main event for this ain't even playing yet, it don't even matter. We're going to be close to it at that point. And at that point, we all lasered in on the card. You got your date taken by a bigger star. They got a bigger machine. They got more, they got jury. Oscar, take your young boy and move him down a couple weeks. Because I'm telling you, ain't nobody going to watch it on DAZN. Ain't nobody, and then that's, you on an app, champ. You on an app. You can't go head to head with this. It's just, you can't. Luke Campbell, What's he fighting? Luke Campbell, right? Luke Campbell and Ryan Garcia ain't gonna compare unless you putting that shit on earlier in the day, bro. Scrap it, man. Scrap it if you're smart. Scrap it. Golden Boy fighters are accustomed to waiting to fight after the main event. Yeah, that's true. Remember that situation that went down with Canelo? Man, I tell you, man. You know, if Oscar's smart, man, I'm moving Ryan. I'm sorry. Ryan, you got to go, bro, because I got to keep you marketable. And ain't nobody going to see that fight. It's not the biggest of fights anyway. It's just a step-up fight for Ryan. It ain't like it's Ryan and Tank. It's Ryan and Luke Campbell. You know what I mean? We just watching this fight to get a measure on Ryan Garcia and to see if this is going to be the last hurrah for Luke Campbell. Ain't nobody... If I'm Oscar, I end that fight. I mean, I end that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a wrap. So... this is what it is. I'm looking forward to this fight. Y'all all know that I'm favoring Errol Spence Jr. in that particular fight. I think if he is just 85% of himself, he destroys Danny Garcia stylistically. And when we get closer, we're going to break it down. But stylistically, it's not looking good in Danny's favor. You look at any of Danny's fights and you see the things that he struggled with. And those are the things that Errol Spence Jr. does very, very, very well. So, I think Danny gets destroyed in this fight. It could be a star-making performance if Errol Spence Jr. is Errol Spence Jr. None of us are 100% about that. But one thing that we do know is that Al Heyman and the PBC done nothing but right by Errol Spence Jr., man. They've marched him down a good path to make him a star, making him an attraction. You got to at least give him credit for that, regardless if they haven't given him to Terence Crawford yet, which we still need to see that fight. But regardless, the trajectory that they've taken him down, the circling of the wagons that they did around him after his accident, trying to block out as much bad publicity as they could and giving him his time to heal and now returning him back to the place that he left. It ain't like he's coming back. Like if he was with Bob Arum or something like that, he left on pay-per-view. You think he would have been coming back on pay-per-view? Bob, it could have been, could not have been, because Bob don't know how to make stars. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, They got this guy. They got Errol Spence Jr., man, next to Jerry Jones. They got him next to the Dallas Cowboys, probably the biggest sporting team in America. I mean, win, lose, or draw. The name recognition is insane. You know what I'm saying? So got him next to the Dallas Cowboys to become part of that brand, which puts him into the fabric of Texas. You know what I'm saying? PBC have done nothing but right by Errol Spence Jr. All Errol Spence Jr. got to do is win. All he got to do is win. All he got to do is beat Danny Garcia. And then after he beats Danny Garcia, he must then go and see the number one pound-for-pound fighter in boxing, Terence Crawford. He does that. I'm gonna tell y'all straight like this. I don't know if I've ever said this. And maybe the expectations is high. Get your snapshots ready because I know that there's going to be people out there listening and recording. If Errol Spence Jr. beats Danny Garcia, and then he beats Terence Crawford, and he moves up after that, he can have an argument for pound. Maybe. Depends on what Vasyl Lomachenko's doing. Depends on some other things too, but if you beat Crawford as after beating Danny and Sean, then move up and win, he has a good chance of getting that spot, but he ain't there yet. And he still got a couple monumental hills to climb. I told y'all before, man, Errol Spence Jr. made a believer out of me. I was leader of the pack, if you will. You know what I mean? Questioning Errol Spence Jr. He's made a believer out of me. I've even just recently rewatched the fight between him and Sean Porter, and I gave it to Errol Spence Jr. First time I viewed it, I didn't give it to Errol Spence Jr. I'm a man of the sport. Remember that, fight fan. I'm a man of the sport. I love the sport. I don't really favor too many fighters over the next other than my hometown guys. I'm a man of the sport. If Earl takes the crown, if he walks up the mountain and he takes it, then he got a man of the sport on his side. But he ain't there yet. He'll be there soon if he keeps going and he keep messing with Jerry all day. Much love to the fam, man. I'm out of here, man. I hope y'all too long as it is. I know I did. Sorry for the late start. If it's too late, it's 10 o'clock here on the East Coast, man. I'm starting to go hoarse. So I'm about to get on up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? Thank you to all. La D, the queen in the building. What's up with you? What's up, fam? What's going on? It's all good, La. I know you got love for the homie. I know just catch the playback whenever you can. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you, queen. Salute to you, main man. Forgot Thursday is your night. It's all good. It's all good. Much love to you, La. Much love, man. But I'm going to get on up out of here, man. It's been a long show. Starting to go hoarse. My voice is leaving. I will be back Sunday. I'll be back Sunday to come on up in here and we'll do some more We Talking Boxing, man. But these are the topics for the night, man. And like I always tell y'all, man, y'all stay safe out there. Stay stressed and sucker free. The whole 9 yards. Be on the lookout for the rewatch of Andre Ward versus Sergey Kovalev. I'll probably let that out maybe Saturday. And I'm also trying to figure out a way that we can do this live so we can all kind of interact. I haven't figured out a way to do this and getting around the copyright issues. You know what I'm saying? So we got to watch that too. So I'm up out of here, man. It's my time, man. Much love to y'all. Catch up with y'all Sunday, man. Y'all come back and holler at the homie. Now, you got to go to work tomorrow, right? This is what you're going to do. You're not going to go to work tomorrow because you're going to say, hey, this is a holiday weekend. And you're going to call your boss. You're going to say, boss, no, I'm not sick. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I just figured since I worked hard all week, why not give myself a 4-day weekend instead of a 3-day weekend? You know why? Because I make this place run. It is my reason. It's my hard work, my blood, sweat, and tears that made you rich. I'm trying to get rich just like you rich, but I'm working all the goddamn time. So this is what I need you to do. Give me my 4-day weekend, and I need the keys to the company car all day. Much love to the fam. I catch up with y'all soon. Stay stressed and sucker free. And until the next one, thumbs up on the way out if you did not hit it on the way in. And until the next one, much love, fam. Peace out.